Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sycamore Magnet Academy's evening. We are a TK school that houses our Spanish dual immersion program for Tustin Unified. Thank you for joining us tonight and allowing us to come and join you in your home. I will remove my mask. Hopefully you can hear me. My name is Rafael Plasencia, and I have been an administrator for 29 years. I also opened up the dual immersion program for Sycamore Magnet Academy, for Tustin Unified School District at Marjorie Vey Elementary. So we started the program at Marjorie Vey with the TK, kinder, and first grade. And each year subsequently, we've gone up each grade and we've opened up a grade to now we're at fifth grade. So we are now TK to fifth grade. In fact, we opened up preschool dual immersion as well. So now we have preschool to fifth grade. And the next year we'll be going up to sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. We'll follow at the middle school. Again, I've been an administrator for 29 years. I've been at the district level, I've been at the high school level, I've been at the elementary level, and now I'm blessed enough to be at the middle school TK8. And I am here surrounded by wonderful leaders. We have two amazing assistant principals. We have Mr. Kerr and Mrs. Rivera. And at this point, I would like to go ahead and have Mr. Kerr share a little bit about himself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Garrett Kerr. I'm one of the assistant principals here at Sycamore Magnet Academy, and I'm so excited to be part of this team. This is my 15th year in education. I started off as a teacher at Lambert Elementary here in Tustin Unified. I then transitioned over to assistant principal at Pioneer Middle School. And following that, I was the coordinator of educational technology at the district office. And then I decided I needed to go back to a school site and have more experience with students and teachers. And so I am here now, and I am super delighted to be a part of this wonderful team that Mr. Plasencia just talked about. I'd now like to introduce Mrs. Yaneli Rivera, Assistant Principal at Sycamore Magnet Academy.
Good evening, everyone. It is such an honor to be here with you today to tell you a little bit about what our school has to offer. My name is Yaneli Rivera. I am a product of dual immersion. Buenas noches, mi nombre es Yaneli Rivera. Yo también atendía una escuela de doble inmersión. And here I am today as a proud assistant principal of Sycamore Magnet Academy. I hope that by the end of this presentation, you will really take away what Sycamore Magnet Academy is, which is a family, really cares about students first. So I am excited to now introduce to you one of our teachers, one of our dual immersion teachers. Her name is Adriana Zamora.
Good afternoon, families. Like Ms. Rivera said, my name is Adriana Zamora. I have been working in education for 20 years, 15 years in dual immersion. I had the opportunity to help establish a program at a charter school, dual immersion program, and I was there for about 11 years. And then I had the opportunity to come here to Tustin alongside Mr. Plasencia at Vey Elementary and begin the dual immersion program here in Tustin. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and invite Ms. Cavallucci to go ahead and introduce herself as well.
Hello, my name is Laura Cavallucci. I am the Muen teacher at Sycamore. I have been within Tustin for 6 years now. I started off as a librarian tech at middle school, and I fell in love with teaching middle school students, so I decided to get my English credential, and then I also added my social studies credential on top of that, just so I could teach middle school at Tustin. Right now I'm teaching Muen. I am so happy to be in Muen. I think it's such an opportunity to be able to bring these ideas to your children and to introduce them to social studies in a global way. So I'm very excited to talk about Muen once we get there. But right now I will pass it back off to Ms. Rivera.
So you're probably wondering, what does Sycamore Magnet Academy have to offer? Sycamore Magnet Academy is designed for students who wish to pursue their interest in global awareness, media arts and communication technology. Students may pursue elective pathways in media arts entertainment, Model United Nations, and information communication technology. Sycamore is also home to the TUSD, the only Spanish dual immersion program. Now let's talk a little bit about the mission and vision of our program. Sycamore Magnet Academy students will be a part of a project-based learning instructional program focused on global awareness, media arts, and communications through a Spanish dual immersion or an English-only approach. As a school focused on social, emotional, academic learning, students will be immersed in a curriculum celebrating language and global cultures while learning skills in media arts and communication. Now, as you can see here, we have 4 areas of focus: dual immersion, global awareness, media arts, and communication technology. Mrs. Zamora, one of our DI teachers, will be talking a little bit more about dual immersion specifically.
Okay, so yes, our dual immersion program here is what we call a 90-10 model. And the great thing about our program here in Tustin is that it is founded on the 3 pillars of dual immersion programs, which promote bilingualism for all students. We want them to be biliterate by the time they are done with the program. We also offer high academic achievement, and we foster the positive cross-cultural attitudes for our students. The cultural component is also very important for us. It's great to see how the students work together in a dual immersion program. We build, you've heard it from the administrators, that we build this family, this community, and it really does start to happen from the beginning. In kindergarten, you start seeing them. The students start supporting each other and serving each other as models, and we become this family where we're all helping each other grow in the second language. The biggest part of the instruction in the beginning is our target language, which is the Spanish. And then it slowly starts to decrease and they start getting more of the English language. But you would be surprised how quickly these students are able to transfer these skills from one language to another. And that's all in part of us continuing to promote that bilingualism, making sure that they're able to, giving them opportunities to read, write, and use the language orally daily in the class is what helps these students attain those excellent levels academically in both languages. Okay, so Ms. Cavallucci is now going to talk a little bit more about Muen.
So Muen's goal is to promote global awareness. It starts off at 6th grade with ancient civilizations, and once they enter 6th grade, they're still learning a lot about the world. They know their continents, but once we start, we're delving more into countries and how countries, the culture is, and how our culture is similar to others, how the problems in other countries is similar to our problems. And when we're able to make a bridge between our countries, then we're able to build more empathy and understand each other and create a more productive world that is about problem solving. So it's a really great benefit to students to be in the Muen program. We also promote speaking skills. They have to learn to conduct themselves very maturely in a conversation that they're talking about how to solve world problems. It's very cute to see 6th graders talking about climate change and how they're going to fix it, not only in the world, but also in our communities. We also, it's focused on social studies with ancient civilizations. That's for 6th grade. And a lot of times students enter history and they're like, why do I need to learn about agriculture in ancient Sumeria? And with Muen, I'm able to actually really make it more relevant because I'm able to bring in agricultural problems in other countries. And a lot of that right now, we're looking at the 17 Muen goals, and one is climate action. So we're seeing, okay, how can agriculture benefit the world? How can we bring this benefit to Tustin to benefit our community? So within Sycamore, we're helping all of Tustin and building a strong community. And once they go to the local high school, if they choose that path, they're able to even build more on these skills of speaking, reading, and literacy. And they're able to go so far and learn so much and go into college with these skills, and their professors are going to be so impressed because they already know how to do so much. So I'm very excited to teach Muen if you choose to go to do the Muen program. Now I will let Mr. Kerr come back.
I think you noticed our masks tonight. They're all, let's see, SMA Wolves, right? Sycamore Magnet Academy. Thank you very much, Ms. Cavallucci and Mr. Zamora, for talking about the various programs here that we have so far. In media arts, we're richly blessed here in Tustin Unified to be a part of a great district, by the way, right, that houses so much technology for all the students, no matter what level they're at. We're very also blessed here at Sycamore Magnet Academy. We have many teachers at the elementary level that are trained in digital storytelling. So that will be an emphasis and a practice throughout the grade levels, dual immersion, English only, all the way through the middle school. And I'll talk a little bit about that more when I talk about the middle school specifically. So again, we'll have digital storytelling all the way through kindergarten, all the way through 8th grade. We'll have in the media arts, which we're very blessed to have in the middle school level, we have photography and visual imagery, performing arts, graphic design is a strong program here. Art and industrial design is something that we also emphasize. Now, in the world of communication technology, we're focusing on multimedia production, right? So that's media through the voice and through print, as well as video production. So we're excited to have those programs here. Social and new media production and management, software and application development. We already have this program called Computer Apps, where they are developing applications on the Android platform and soon to be on the iOS platform too. Of course, computer programming is vital to today's society. We emphasize that with Hour of Code and various programs throughout the year and make it a steady stream all the way through K through 8. And of course, web and mobile development is prominent in our society, and that's something that we focus on here as well.
Hello. Now, our program model that we follow for our Spanish dual immersion program is the 90-10 model. There are varying models out there, and the model that we follow is the 90-10. There's the 90-10, the 50-50, and there's the full 100% when they start dual immersion in Spanish. Ours is the 90-10 model, which begins in now preschool, actually. We have a preschool program here as well. We have preschool and TK and kinder. So in TK kinder, our 90%, our model is that 90% is spoken in Spanish or instructed in Spanish, and then 10% in English. And then when you move on to first grade, you decrease the Spanish and you add the English by 10%. So then it's 80-20. And then second grade, 70-30. And then all the way up to now in fourth grade, it starts to balance out at 50-50, and as well in fifth grade as well. Now, once you go into 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade, you're going to have 2 classes that you'll be taking in Spanish, and the rest of them will just be in English as well. We ask that you make a 5-year commitment if you're coming into the Spanish dual immersion program, because again, the model is that we're starting all in Spanish, or 90% in Spanish, up until 2nd grade, 70%. And if you decide that you want to change it up, then all the standards that you've been learning them in Spanish, so it's a commitment that you make, because the real results don't come out and you won't see the real bump until they reach 5th grade, really. The real fun starts in 5th grade, where you see not only the fluency, but also the academics, and it's balancing out in terms of the achievement with the Spanish dual immersion students and the English only students. And in fact, by 7th grade, our students start even exceeding that, and they actually start getting advanced in science up to a full grade level ahead. So we're asking that you commit to 5 years if you're coming to the dual immersion program. And also keep in mind that we are welcome to come into the Spanish dual immersion program at any time at preschool, TK, kinder, and first grade. And after that, unless you're part of a dual immersion program that's transferred somewhere else, we don't take students at 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th, or 5th. At that point, we need somebody who's already been in the dual immersion program. All right? And at this point, we're going to go ahead and see 2 videos of 2nd graders who actually gathered information. They wrote a book, they published the book, and they're presenting the book orally. One of them is a Spanish dominant student, and one of them is an English dominant student.
Hi, everyone. En el carnaval pones la pizza, hamburguesas y algodón. Yo juego a veces papás de animales. Cuando voy a salir, yo puedo observar muchas novedades. Yo puedo escuchar los cantos. También puedo escuchar carros afuera de
At this point, we're going to go ahead and have, keep in mind all the work that they had to do to put this together and eventually even present it as well. So now we're going to have Mrs. Rivera talk more about the Magnet Academy program.
All right, wasn't that a great little presentation from those students? Every time I see students speaking Spanish, it just warms my heart. And I really wanted to focus on the different grade level emphasis that we have, or specific themes that the grade levels cover. If you see here in TK and Kinder, there's a focus on patterns and symbols. The media emphasis is on communicating through pictures, and the world culture emphasis is on identifying their culture. And you're always going to see that Spanish language immersion. As students move into first grade, they're learning about relationships. They're also working on sound, instrument, and music, and they're doing so through audio and visuals. And their world culture emphasis is on learning about their community. As they move into second grade, students learn about structure and order. Some big ideas are heroes, animal habitats, and they're learning about this through the story arc. And their world culture emphasis is their origin story. In third grade, students learn about changes over time through the life cycle, through being an agent of change, and they're doing so through communicating through story. Their culture emphasis is traditions. In fourth grade, students learn about impact. Some ideas that they focus on is on music technology and human impact. The media emphasis becomes audience, mood, and tone, and their world culture emphasis is perspective and diversity. Now in fifth grade, students learn about power and interactions. They're doing so through the American Revolution, through interactions between systems. The media emphasis is transformative storytelling, and the world culture emphasis is community empowerment. And as you can see, the Spanish language immersion remains throughout. Now, Mr. Kerr is going to talk a little bit about the middle school focus.
Thank you, Mrs. Rivera. I can't wait for my son to be old enough to come here. He's 3 years old right now. He's going to be in the dual immersion program. I'm so excited. But when he gets to the middle school, he's going to have a great experience as well, right? Because he's going to be treated to a sixth grade experience that comes from the same school. He's not going to transition from one school culture to another. It's going to be the same school culture. So it'll be an easy and fun transition for him and for your students when they come here. In sixth grade, we're going to focus a little bit more on media arts, right? And in sixth grade, you experience 2 periods, right? Because it's a 7-period day now. You go from 1 teacher to 7 teachers. It's a big transition for students, but we're going to make it great for yours. You go from 1 teacher to 7 teachers. You have a 2-period teacher of a core teacher, and you will have readers and writers workshop, and then you will have Muen and history through Mrs. Cavallucci, who you just met. You'll have science, which is NGSS, and a Project Lead the Way blend. You'll have mathematics, of course. You'll have a choice of drama, art, or music, and PE. In 7th grade, storytelling. Of course, we're going to continue the digital storytelling emphasis, but we want to strengthen our storytelling skills in this grade level. You'll do more readers and writers workshop with a 2-period block of core. You'll go through history, social science again. And, of course, science with another level of a Project Lead the Way with another emphasis there. Mathematics. And for an elective, you'll have a visual imagery and art advanced choice there. And, of course, PE. And music will be available as well. In 8th grade, you'll focus on design. And similarly to the 6th and 7th grade, again, 2-period block of core with readers and writers workshop. And MUN and history, social science, which will be growth and conflict. And I think that's perfect for students that are transitioning into high school. And again, you'll have a science class, a math class. One of the electives you can choose from is graphic design or industrial arts, and then PE or music. And now we will watch a short video about our school.
Great thing about Sycamore Academy is you're going to have a range of experiences as a young person to sample so that you know kind of what to specialize in later. And that's unique that a traditional school may not be able to offer. And you have digital storytelling, you have globalization and learning about culture, you have music. There's so much to try out and find out where can you maximize your strengths in your particular interest. It's fantastic in that regard. And I think that the kids are excited to have that opportunity to have choice. And that's a big deal nowadays. And for a teacher, it's just a dream come true.
Me gustaría que la comunidad supiera que Sycamore Magnet Academy es una escuela con un gran equipo de maestros que están ofreciendo una excelente educación en 2 idiomas para los que gusten. Y si quieren solamente en inglés, también ofrecemos esa opción para las familias que les guste. Aquí en Sycamore Magnet Academy ofrecemos el programa Doble Immersion. Es un programa donde los estudiantes aprenden 2 idiomas. Estamos enseñándoles la mayoría del tiempo en los grados primarios en español y poco a poco vamos incrementando el inglés que se les da y al final cuando terminan su educación aquí salen los estudiantes siendo bilingües. Pueden hablar, escribir y comunicarse muy bien en 2 idiomas.
Well, now you've heard a little bit about Sycamore Magnet Academy, and the next thing that I want to share is that you can't go wrong with any of our schools at Tustin Unified School District. You'll get a world-class education no matter where you're at here in Tustin. But the thing that sets us apart really is the fact that safety is the #1 priority. From the time you leave them on the curbside or at the sidewalk or the gates that they're coming in, or the time that they're logging in, safety is our #1 priority, and we want to make sure that you have peace of mind with that. The next thing is that we're going to love your children as if they were ours. I have 4 children of my own. I have twin girls in middle school. And I got to tell you, if something's good enough for my kids, we're going to make sure that they have it here. If something won't be right for my kids, we're certainly going to mitigate it here as well. And the last thing is that you're going to get a world-class education. Welcome to Sycamore Magnet Academy, the home of the Wolves. And hopefully you'll be part of this team. We have some information regarding the transfers as well. If you would like to go ahead and transfer to one of our schools, you will be able to go ahead and access that. And the transfer window begins January 11th to January 29th. And the new student enrollment begins February 1st, 2021. And all the information will be on the district website and school website. This information is also recorded, and you will have it on the transfer website as well. And again, we'll also have the contact information in the chat. So if you'd like to go ahead and contact and reach us, and also follow us. We also have our school website. We have our Instagram at Sycamore Magnet Academy. We have our Facebook at Sycamore Magnet Academy. And you can follow us at Twitter, Sycamore Magnet, and contact us by phone, or fill out that interest form link if you were interested in joining our family. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your evening, and hopefully we'll become one family as well. Have a great evening and enjoy the rest of your visit.